Hello and welcome back to All Aligned. I'm so glad you are joining me because that means you have chosen to continue on your yoga journey because we are now on part 3 of our Back to Basics flow. We're just going to continue to build off what we've been learning. This time we're going to focus on a little bit more core engagement, but while still focusing on proper alignment and including our breath. So let's get all aligned and get started. All right, we are going to start again in our easy pose, Sukhasana. I don't have my blanket out today, but of course, you can continue to use that. Sit on the edge of the blanket to help lift up those hips. So find your comfortable seat. You can allow your eyes to close or maybe just have a soft gaze down towards the ground. You can allow your palms to rest on your knees. We're going to just take a moment here to just get settled, to get that focus inward. Start to take a few deep breaths. Let everything around you disappear. Start to notice that breath moving through your body. One of my favorite quotes is, yoga is not for the flexible, it is for the willing. Yoga is not about being the most flexible or doing the most challenging poses, although those are really great goals to eventually try and reach. Yoga is just about coming onto your mat, focusing on you, giving your body and mind the nourishment it needs. You need to just be willing to come onto your mat, to give yourself this chance, and just finding what yoga can become for you. So it's okay if you're not flexible, it's okay if you can't even reach your toes, because that's not what it's about. It's just you willing to come onto your mat, to just give yourself this time to focus on you. Go ahead and take one more deep breath in. Reach those arms up overhead. Stretch up through the fingertips. As you exhale, let your hands come together at your heart. If you closed your eyes, you can blink them open. And let's make our way into tabletop. So remember that alignment. You have your shoulders in line with your wrists, and those hips are over your knees. Rotate those arms outward so elbow creases are pointing forward. Take an inhale, let your belly drop down, lift up your chin and tailbone. And then exhale, round through that upper back. Chin comes into your chest. Follow your breath here, just move back and forth. Inhaling as you open up through the chest. Exhaling as you round through that upper back. Go through one more round. And then we'll meet back in a neutral spine. All right, here is where we're going to start to work on that core engagement. I want you to extend your right leg back behind you. Have that right foot flexed. Your toes and knees are pointing down towards your mat, so you're almost kind of rotating your leg slightly inward. Now you're welcome to stay right here. Pull that belly button in, strong core. If you're ready for a little more of a challenge, focus on a little more balance. You can try to extend your left arm straight out in front of you. So you're trying to get that bicep up by your ear. Thumb points up to the sky. So we're in a nice straight line all the way from those left fingertips through that left or right heel. Now don't forget about that right arm. You don't want to kind of collapse or bend into that right arm. Nice and strong. You're pushing away from your mat. Keep that belly button pulling up. That'll help with the balance. Take one more breath. And then exhale, release. Awesome job. Take a moment, shake it out a little bit. Let's try the other side. Start with your leg. Left leg straight back behind. Flexing that left foot. You're pushing out through that left heel. Toes and knees point down. Again, you can stay right here. Or maybe try and reach that right arm out in front. Thumb is pointing up. Keep your neck nice and long, so just gaze down towards your mat. Pull that belly button up, strong core, push away from your mat with that left hand. Imagine you're reaching those right fingertips forward, but pressing out through that left heel. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release. Good, now let's just alternate back and forth here. So extend that right leg back, stay here, or lift that left arm up. You're just gonna hold a couple seconds, and then we will switch. This is one of my favorite poses / exercises. This is so great to work on balance, but it's also great to strengthen your core. It strengthens your back. There's just so many great benefits to this. Let's do one more on each side. And then we'll return back to all fours. Bring those big toes together, knees out wide as comfortable. Take a moment, sit back into child's pose. Just take a nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. On your next inhale, rise back up to your tabletop. Walk those knees under your hips. We're going to make our way into our plank. So lift those knees off your mat. Toes are pressing down, shoulders over wrists. Again, engage that core. Pull that belly button in. Always engaging that core will protect that low back. Take an inhale here. Let those knees drop down. Hug those elbows and lower all the way down to your belly. Top of the feet press into your mat. As you inhale, lift your chest cobra. Don't go too high here. And just keep your neck nice and long, so pull that chin in towards your chest. Good. On your exhale, release nose to mat. Curl your toes. Push up to tabletop. And then we'll make our way to down dog. Take a moment here, just whenever feels good. Maybe pedal out those feet, dropping one heel and then the other. Remember, relieve some pressure from the wrists by pressing into those fingertips. Take an inhale here and look forward. As you exhale, slowly step to the top of your mat into our forward fold. Let those feet be about hip-width apart. Generous bend in the knees. Let that upper body hang heavy. Release through the neck. And then pressing into those feet. Very slowly on your inhale, start to stand all the way up. Head is the last to lift. Arms rest at your sides, palms open to the front of the room. Remember that alignment here in our mountain Tadasana pose. Lengthen the tailbone down. Pull the belly button up and in. Relax those shoulders. The feet root down, but you extend up through the crown of your head. Take an inhale, reach those arms up overhead. And exhale, hands come together at your heart. Inhale, reach up top. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Hands can either this time rest on your thighs or maybe your shins. Just make sure your back is nice and flat. Relax through the shoulders. Take another inhale. And exhale, fold it forward. Good, you're gonna step just your left foot back behind you. Lower that back knee. We're coming into our low lunge. Pressing into that right foot. Take an inhale, lift the chest. Reach those arms up tall. You want those hips and shoulders pointing towards the front of your mat. Lengthen that tailbone down, engage that abs. Engage that core. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, let your left hand come down to your mat. And then inhale, we're gonna twist and reach right arm up to the sky. So just gently pushing those hips forward and down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, right hand comes down to the other side of your front foot. Curl your back toes under, lift that back knee. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Plank pose. Now you can always let those knees drop down first. Or maybe try hug those elbows in and slowly lower all the way to your belly. Top of the feet are pressing into your mat. Hug your elbows in. Take an inhale, lift your chest for cobra. Exhale, release. Curl your toes, push up to tabletop. And then exhale, down dog. Remember, in our down dog, it's about lengthening the spine. So it's okay to have those knees bent. Really try and send that tailbone up to the sky. Take an inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, just rise up halfway, lengthening the tailbone back. As you exhale, fold it forward. Good, step your right foot back behind you. Lower your knee down, coming into our low lunge. Making sure that front knee is behind your toes. Deep breath in, press into that foot as you reach those arms up to the sky. Take an inhale. On your exhale, right hand comes down to your mat. Inhale, twist and reach that left arm up tall. Good, let that left hand come down to the other side of your front foot. Curl those back toes, back knee lifts. Step back to your plank. Knees can come down first or take an inhale. And exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Point those toes, top of the feet, press into your mats. Inhale, lift up cobra. Exhale, release. Curl those toes, inhale to tabletop. And then exhale, down dog. Take a full breath in here. Exhale it out. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Take a deep breath in. Press into those feet and slowly stand all the way up into your mountain pose. Relax the shoulders down your back. Feel those feet pressing into the ground. Take an inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. forward fold. All right, you're gonna step your left foot back behind you. You're gonna have that back knee lifted, but your back foot's gonna be about a 45-degree angle. And now the wider your feet are apart, the easier the pose. So we're gonna be coming into warrior one, all right? So that means those hips are pointing towards the front of your mat. There's a bend in that front knee. But again, watch that knee, keep it behind the toes. That back foot is pressing into your mat. So again, the closer the more in line the feet are, this makes this pose a little bit more challenging to really get those hips pointing forward. So just imagine those feet on like two train tracks here. One foot on one, the other foot on the other. So you're spreading out your stance just to make it easier. Widens out those hips. Again, lengthen that tailbone down, pull that belly button inward. Here we are, warrior one. It's a strong pose. You're rooting those feet down, but you're extending up through those fingertips. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, your left hand will come down to your mat. Your back heel lifts up. Your choice, keep that back knee lifted or let that knee drop down. But take an inhale and reach your right arm up to the sky. So we're back here in our easy twist. Back knee is on your mat or it can stay lifted. Try and really extend out through those right fingertips. Take an inhale. And then exhale, hand to mat. And we're just going to step it back to down dog. Send those hips up high. Take a deep breath in, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward. This time, step your right foot back. Right foot's at about a 45-degree angle. You can widen the stance. Press into those feet and rise up into our warrior one. Now each side might feel slightly different than the other. That is okay. Here in your warrior one though, think about pulling that left hip back and allowing that right hip to come forward. Just bending into that front knee, much as comfortable. Lengthen that tailbone down, engage the core. Warrior one. Take a full breath in. Exhale it out. Good, let that right hand come down to your mat. Back heel lifts up. We're coming into that twist. Your back knee can stay lifted or drop down to your mat. And then extend that left arm up to the sky. Imagine you're pushing into the ground with that right arm, but you're extending up into the sky with that left arm. Take an inhale. Exhale, hand comes down, and just step it back. Down dog. Take a full breath in. And just exhale it out. Take a deep breath in, look forward. And exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Press into those feet and inhale, stand all the way up. This time, reach those arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. Good, inhale, reach up top. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. This time, step your left foot back behind you. Pivot that back foot so that foot is parallel with the short edge of your mat. Take an inhale and we'll rise up to warrior two. So now those hips are pointing towards the left side of the room. Watch that front knee. Make sure it's pointing towards your second toe. Also take a look down. Make sure that front heel is in line with your back arch. Now you're going to keep those legs right where they are, rooting down into your mat. Take an inhale, reach that right arm forward, up and back, reverse warrior. Feel that nice stretch and lengthening through the right side of your body. Take an inhale. On your exhale, hinge forward, right arm on right thigh. Top arm reaches overhead for an extended side angle. Try and open up, heart to the sky. Press into the outer edge of that back foot. Take a full breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, come back to your warrior two. And exhale, cartwheel those hands down and just step it back. Down, dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Good, this time step that right foot back. Pivot that back foot parallel with the short edge of your mat. Inhale, rise up. Warrior two. Relax those shoulders. Remember that opposition. Root down into your mat, but extend up through the crown of your head. Good, reach that left arm forward, up and back, reverse warrior. Keep that bend in your front leg. And then as you exhale, hinge forward, left arm on left thigh, top arm reaches overhead. Keep engaging that outer left thigh. Open up, heart to the sky. Good, inhale, come back to your warrior two. And exhale, cartwheel those hands. Step it back, down, dog. Generous bend in the knees here. Pull your heart towards your thighs. Take an inhale. And then exhale, gently drop down to your knees. Good, go ahead and swing those legs around. We're gonna come back to focusing on that core engagement. We're gonna do a little boat pose variation. So for this one, I want you to keep the feet, or at least the heels, pressing into your mat. Start by holding on to the back of your thighs. Try and sit up nice and tall, relax those shoulders. Chest forward slightly, pull that belly button inward. Now you can stay right here. You may be feeling it. This is a great way to work the core. Or a little more of a challenge, maybe start to lean back slightly. Still relax the shoulders down your back. Keep pulling that belly button in. Remember your breath. When things get challenging, you just need to breathe through it. Good, again, you can stay here. If you want one more little challenge, maybe try and reach those arms out in front of you. Pull that belly button in. This is so great to strengthen the core, the abs, the back. Helps with posture. Good, can you take one more breath here? Take an inhale. Hold here on your exhale. And then inhale, sit up nice and tall. Awesome job. Hands behind you. And just windshield wiper those legs. All right, if you had your blanket, I would actually recommend using it for this next one. So I'm gonna pull mine out here. Grab your blanket and you're gonna sit just right on the edge of it. Keep that right leg straight out in front of you and just bring your left leg in towards your body. This might be enough right here. For a lot of you, this is a big stretch for the back of those legs, the hamstrings. You may have to stay right here, and that is perfectly fine. Think about sitting up nice and tall, flexing that right foot, toes point up to the sky. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, take an inhale, reach those arms up. As you exhale, start to hinge forward, but you're gonna stop once you start to feel that back round. So we're not gonna try and go all the way into this pose and just collapse through that upper body. Today we're focusing on that core strength, core integrity here. So stop where you can no longer keep a neutral spine. For some, it might be at the knees. Maybe you can reach those shins, maybe the feet. And then wherever you stopped, come back to that breath. breathing to those tight spaces. On your next inhale, very slowly come back up. And let's switch sides. Now, like I said earlier, one side might feel different than the other. More flexible, less flexible, that's okay. Just become aware of that. Again, you may need to stay right here. Or take an inhale, reach your arms up top. And then exhale, start to hinge forward. But try and keep that nice, neutral spine. Use your breath here. With every exhale, maybe you can relax a little bit more. Seated poses especially can be pretty challenging, so just do what you can. Remember, it's not about being the most flexible, but just willing to try. On your next inhale, slowly come back up. If you're sitting on your blanket, go ahead and remove that to the side. Let's make our way onto our back. Bring the knees into your chest. Maybe you want to rock forward and back, or maybe just side to side, whatever feels good for you. And then continue to hug that right knee into your chest. Let that left leg straighten out. You're welcome to stay here, but if it feels okay on the low back, let's move into a twist. Over to the left, so leg goes across your body. That low back will come off your mat. Right arm reaches out towards the right, but try and keep that right shoulder pressing down. So we want the chest pointing up to the sky. It's okay if that right leg, foot or knee, if they don't touch the ground, that is perfectly fine. It's more about staying open in the chest. Take an inhale, pull that belly button in, use those abs to slowly come back to center. Go ahead and switch sides, hug that left knee in. Again, if you have any low back problems or low back pain, you can stay here. Or maybe take that twist over to the right. Leg across the body, left arm reaches out to the left. Ground down through that left shoulder. Keep the chest pointing up, just gaze straight up towards the sky. As you inhale, use those abs, slowly come back to center. Hug both knees into your chest one more time. Maybe lift the head, lift the shoulders, give yourself a big hug. And then gently release everything to your mat. Let those legs straighten out. Let your arms rest at your sides. Allow your eyes to close and just take this moment to just soak in your practice. Just notice what was new for you, what was challenging, what felt good in the body, what made you feel strong. It's called a practice for a reason. Yoga takes time. Again, it's not just about trying to become flexible or already being flexible. It's just about willing to come onto your mat, willing to challenge yourself, to just give give yourself this moment to just better your body and your mind. You are welcome to stay right here as long as you need. If you feel ready and complete with this practice today, go ahead and bring your hands together. Let your thumbs rest at your third eye, which is just right at the center of your forehead. As always, thank you so much for joining me, for continuing this journey, our part 3 back to basics. And until next time, namaste.